coming at you live from the West City Taitans dugout. It's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your host, Drew, Devin, and Adam.
Hey, you guys like baseball?
I like baseball.
We're
Sometimes.
about to talk about some baseball.
Let's talk about some baseball.
This is a baseball podcast now.
We ain't doing this DBZ shit no more.
This is the Baseball's Deep podcast.
Baseball's Deep podcast.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Dragon Ball Z episode 10. I don't have a name.
A new friend.
A new friend. First aired on July 5th, 1989 in Japan, and on October 18th, 1996 in the US. The show begins with a heavy downpour in a jungle forest type setting. A rainforest, perhaps?
Maybe.
Oh wait, I'd call it an oasis because we're still in the desert, aren't we?
I think. Well, I don't know.
It's like big scenery change. It's weird.
The environment is definitely.
You know how it is in Dragon Ball Z. There's these. Everything's like you'll have one large body of land right next to a completely different type of, like a jungle next to a desert, and then like a city next to like a wasteland.
How much time do you think's passed since the last episode?
I have no idea. Days?
I'd say maybe a couple months.
Really?
I mean, Gohan, it looks like he taught himself to swim. He learned how to catch fish. Like he's learned a lot of shit.
Maybe, and I was gonna say maybe it's a credit to his intelligence that it's maybe it's only been a few days and he's picked this stuff up really fast.
It's really hard to tell in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's true.
We know it's at least under 6 months.
Yeah, so I'd say maybe like at least 2 months.
At the most. Because, when Goku... Well, never mind. We'll get to that.
My opinion might change as we go on because my memory's fuzzy of this part of the series.
Yeah. I like this part here. The sounds and the music, like the ambience. It was nice.
Yeah.
We see Gohan, who is out in the rain collecting food. He comes up from out of a lake and is caught a big fish. A fish about the same size as him. This is
bigger.
Bigger. This is very reminiscent of Goku as a kid. I remember him doing the same thing.
Yep.
And I guess Gohan probably picked this up from Goku. Probably went fishing with him.
Yeah, I love all the little throwbacks.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned in, I think, episode 1, like, they're still kind of making the transition from Dragon Ball into Dragon Ball Z, so they're kind of having little throwbacks here and there.
Yep.
Which is, I think, is pretty cool, like, to have, like, those little throwback moments where you're like, oh, like father, like son.
Mm-hmm. Gohan also collects some berries and climbs a tree to grab some apples, but he sees a snake.
Not just any snake.
A purple snake?
This is Ka from the Jungle Book.
Yeah, as I say, I was like, what? Was that a Jungle Book reference?
Isn't that a python?
I don't know.
Python, snake, it's all the same.
And he talks.
I can see it in his eyes.
Are we going to start singing Bare Necessities?
It's the
bare necessities.
The simple bare necessities.
I like King Louie. Instead of freaking out and getting scared like he used to do, Gohan stays calm and just moves the snake out of his way. Character development.
Yeah.
Gohan decides to take a break and have an apple in the tree, but then he says, "Uh-oh, I better get back." Why uh-oh? What did he see?
Lightning?
No, that's when he falls from the tree.
I don't know.
Or when he like climbs down or something, and that's when he sees the lightning, and he's like, "Uh-oh, I better get back."
No, he's sitting in a tree, and he just goes, "Uh-oh."
Maybe he feels the branch breaking?
I don't know.
Maybe he thinks the storm is going to get worse.
Oh, okay. I'll buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1.
Gohan then falls out of the tree. I'll chalk this up to him losing his tail.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that for $1.
The lightning strikes, and some dangerous sounding animals begin to growl nearby. Gohan grabs his fish and his fruit, and he takes off back to wherever he came from. We see that Gohan has made a nice little camp in a cave. He has a fire going and everything. I guess maybe time has passed. Where'd he learn to do that?
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe from Goku, but I don't know. I never really saw Goku do that as a kid.
Probably some of his books.
He is smarter than the
We're
average
led to believe, yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
We see Gohan making some kind of all-natural wound healing ointment that he learned from Goku.
Which I call bullshit on that. Since when does Goku know first aid?
Gohan probably taught him. Grandpa Gohan.
I was gonna say Grandpa Gohan.
Even Kid Gohan.
I was gonna say I laughed at that, and I was like, "Oh wait, he means Grandpa Gohan."
Yeah, his son probably taught him how to do it.
That's what I thought when you said that. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes more sense than Goku actually knowing something.
Gohan's street smart.
But then I thought about it a little more, and like, even though it seems like it's first aid, it's like some real dad shit. Like, you'll be fine. Rub some leaves on it.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right.
We get a flashback of Gohan as a kid. Well, a younger kid. It doesn't look like the flashback was that long ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
Goku is applying some of this homemade ointment to Gohan's knee, and Gohan's being a big baby about it. Return to present day, Gohan applies the ointment to his wounds as we see two large glowing eyes coming up behind Gohan.
I do want to point out that during the flashback, there was a moment, like there was like a moment in the anime where it looked like Goku was doing something naughty behind Gohan, if you know what I mean.
Like the camera angle was...
Yeah. And you just see like Gohan's face like get all red, and he's like grimacing, and you just kind of see Goku behind him with that look in his eye.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're projecting.
Definitely
yes, it's definitely projecting.
Yeah, I'm projecting again. Damn it.
Cut to a baseball stadium and screaming fans as the West City Titans are taking on, I don't know. I didn't get the name of the other team. The R's.
The R's.
I was going to say, I don't know. Like, we'll just call them the R's. It's the top of the ninth, and the score is 6-3 for the R's.
Maybe they're sponsored by the Red Ribbon Army.
They would.
Oh, maybe.
Pretty sure. What color is their jersey?
I think blue and white.
Probably not then.
Bad theory. I mean, even if they were, wouldn't they carry the logo?
The pitcher kind of looks like General Red.
Yeah, he kind of does.
A little bit. He's not as short. But he's a ginger.
Yamcha, who I imagine is the star player for the Titans, has hit 3 home runs this game. So, in other words, he's the only one to score. Puar asks Yamcha if he's nervous about winning the game. Yamcha just blows it off and says it is too easy and that every time he bats, he gets a home run. Well, you're down by 3, Yamcha, and it's top of the ninth. I don't know if you know how baseball works, but
This is it, bro.
Yamcha says that he's a fighter, not a ball player. Did they not have like boxing in the Dragon Ball universe? Why doesn't he go box?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess boxers don't make any money either because Puar says that fighting doesn't pay the rent.
Is this before the Muhammad Ali Act?
Maybe.
Yeah. I also love how Yamcha's batting stance is basically like a sword drawing stance, like your basic Iaido stance.
Do you think
Naturally.
Yamcha's teammates are like, why the fuck does this weirdo bring his floating cat with him to the games all the time?
I guess they get used to it. I mean, when like Goku and Bulma met him, they didn't think Puar was weird.
Yeah, they've seen some shit though. I feel
There's
like
lots of like talking animals and shit in Dragon Ball Z, so
I guess
That's
so.
another true. Yeah, another thing.
also isn't Yamcha always complaining about money and shit? Shouldn't he be making bank as like a superhuman skilled baseball player?
Yeah, you would think baseball, especially
Does-
baseball, being one of like the highest paid sports.
Does Zufa own this team?
Perhaps.
So it turns out there are 2 players on base, and it just so happens to be Yamcha's bat. The coach tells him to bring them home and that it's quote unquote worth a bonus. So the coaches get to decide the players' pay.
I think that was like a little under the table.
Yeah,
I mean, even
it's like some NFL. I was gonna say that's like some NFL
I guess
hitman shit.
I guess Zufa really does own the league then. What's it
Locker
called?
room bonuses.
The play of the night bonus.
Yeah, the play of the home run of the night.
Yamcha
I know what
asked. Go ahead.
Sorry, I know what I'm noticing now too is that not only does the pitcher look like General Red, but the batter looks strikingly like Mr. Black from Dragon Ball. Also, Red Ribbon Army.
I was going to say
Was it,
something, but never mind. But you are right. He does.
Or do all black people just look alike in Dragon Ball?
That's what I was going to say.
That's anime. As I say, that's anime for you.
It is Japan. Yamcha asked the coach for 20,000 zenny. He should have asked for at least 50,000. I guess Yamcha's not a needle mover.
Yeah, and
He's not a needle mover.
in the subs he asks for 2 million.
That's better.
Yeah, he should have asked for pay-per-view points.
He's not a draw.
He's not a draw, even though he's the only one who has a hit and scored on the team.
Puar is shocked by this amount of money. It's as if it's more money than what Yamcha normally makes in his base pay. Probably gets like 5,000 zenny to show and another 5,000 if his team wins.
Yeah.
It was here. I was just informed by the commentators that it's the bottom of the ninth. I must have misread the scoreboard.
That's okay. Carry on.
The pitcher for the other team is clearly putting guys on base on purpose as he hits another player. The Jackie Pepper guy. What's his name?
Pepper Johnson.
Pepper Johnson.
Pepper Johnson.
Oh,
And
good
then
old Pepper Johnson.
Good old Pepper Johnson. And then the pitcher's name is Rocky Rivers.
Yes.
A brilliant pitcher name.
The pitcher must not be aware of Yamcha then, or he's really dumb if he's just walking everybody. I told you this is a baseball podcast now.
Yeah.
What's his name? Pepper Johnson?
Pepper Johnson.
Pepper Johnson is angry, and he charges at Rocky with bat in hand. A huge brawl breaks out, and this excites Yamcha, with him being a fighter and all. And despite Puar's protest, Yamcha joins in the scuffle and proceeds to take out everyone, even his own teammates.
Even Pepper.
Fire this guy immediately. Suddenly, Krillin shows up out of nowhere in the middle of the brawl. This didn't seem real to me at first. I thought maybe Yamcha was hallucinating or he got hit in the head.
Yeah, like at first I thought it was like maybe Yamcha got knocked out and he's like dreaming this.
Yeah, it was weird. Too bad. Yamcha could have probably won the game with those 4 runs and got his bonus. Krillin owes Yamcha 20,000 zenny.
You know Krillin ain't gonna pay that back. Shit, he'd be Roshi's lucky if he even gets the rent.
Krillin breaks the news to Yamcha about Goku being dead. Yamcha heads out to the parking lot to find Bulma. They smile at each other, and it's as if we're going to get an embrace. But Bulma just calls him a jerk. Puar points out that Yamcha stood her up because he was out of money. Well, apparently playing baseball doesn't pay the rent either.
That's a fuckboy kind of move.
Also, Bulma is the richest person on Earth, so who gives a shit? Make her pay. This is stupid.
She probably got tired of paying. She probably got tired of paying and was just like, this motherfucker needs to pay.
Bulma then says that Yamcha took someone out to a concert 3 nights later. So they argue back and forth. This is really dumb. Make it stop.
What kind of band do you think Yamcha's taking a girl to? I'm assuming it's like something like Nickelback.
Some shitty rock band.
Some Creed. With arms wide open.
Yeah.
So they're recruiting Yamcha, which to us seems strange because Yamcha's a weak fuckboy.
Yeah.
For their sake, he better be on like some sort of testosterone cycle that he learned from baseball.
He's on that test.
It's Zufa owned. They probably got USADA. There's just pre-USADA. It has to be
This is definitely pre-USADA, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you see the way, like I said, you see the way Yamcha bats. You think anybody that swings like that would is not on some type of test?
Krillin tells Yamcha that they are to report to Korn for special training. Back on Snake Way, Goku is taking a nap, but is suddenly woken up when he accidentally puts his arm on one of the spikes on the edge of Snake Way. Even though in, I believe, the last episode, he was also sleeping with his arm on the side.
His arm and his leg.
So, yeah, this is... Chalk it up to anime.
Chalk it up to anime. Anime.
Also, I'd like to point out about what you said, Dev, a few episodes back, about how it's probably real easy to get turned around on Snake Way.
Yes.
And Goku is just casually taking naps all the time.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how he does this. And also, I wonder if... Here's my theory. If he took a nap and he woke up and he started running, but he's running like backwards in the wrong direction, and he just runs in the wrong direction for like a few days, and then he takes another nap and he wakes up and then he runs back in the right direction. Yeah. And this is why it took him so long to get to King Kai's.
It's possible, but there has to be some, like, the only thing I could think of off the top of my head is like maybe the wind's always blowing in the same direction.
Maybe there's like a pattern on Snake Way or something.
And I was gonna ask, like, isn't there a moment in the series where like he kind of gets lost on Snake Way?
Does it ever fork?
No, there's the one time where
there's some pit stops.
Yeah, there's the stop at the Snake Lady's mansion, and then there's when he falls off. That's really what made him take so long, is when he fell off and had to start over.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, if there was ever a moment where like he got mixed up in his directions and just ran back the other way.
I don't think so.
Goku says that it all looks the same, and that he doesn't even know how long he's been running. Probably hard to tell time in Otherworld. Or at least...
It's always daytime.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't appear to ever turn night. It's like... if you're stuck somewhere with no sun, your body adjusts to a 25-hour cycle.
Yes.
Oh, that would suck.
So Goku starts running again. I'm sure we'll check back up on him later. Back in Gohan's cave, Gohan is sleeping next to the fire when some big phallic-shaped thing approaches him. Whatever it is begins to eat all of Gohan's fruit. Gohan then awakens to the sunrise, and he reaches for what I assume is something to eat from his pile of fruit, but all he manages to find is the head of a giant dinosaur.
It's a long neck.
Not just the head; it's attached to the rest of the dinosaur.
I think that's as I say, if for all you dinosaur files out there, I'm pretty sure it's a brontosaurus.
Yeah, it's a long neck. His name's
sure.
Littlefoot.
I'll
Thank you, Land Before Time.
Well, we know he doesn't play with 3 horns. Whatever.
Just trying to get some tree stars.
Gohan runs out of the cave in a panic, and at first is going to run away, but stops himself and says that he can't run away, and that his dad wouldn't run away, and also because his sword is still in the cave. And the dinosaur comes stomping out of the cave. It's a long-neck species, as you said. I looked up long-neck dinosaurs, and the one that I thought looked most like this one was a Dicraeosaurus.
Word. I thought it was also worth mentioning too that I definitely noticed in this episode in particular, there's really like not a whole lot of dialogue. Like, you know, like how Gohan's like talking to himself a lot throughout this episode.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much like any time the camera's not directly on Gohan's face and he's talking, there's no dialogue.
That was kind of how it was last episode, minus just like, well, I guess there was more. There was just like the back and forth with the robot. Like, help me, turn me off, help me, turn me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just weird how like the Japanese are okay with there not being any dialogue, just like Gohan doing his thing.
Yeah.
But the Americans, like, they have to like fill in
talking.
that dead air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attention spans and whatnot, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And this also follows the trend of Gohan talking to animals, thinking that they can understand him.
Yeah, he's still doing
But
it.
they can, so.
To some extent, yes.
It turns out that the dinosaur is injured as it collapses. It's got a large piece of wood branch stuck in its side. So Gohan pulls it out. I'm not sure if this was the best idea, but what do I know? Gohan decides to play doctor, or vet, and makes some more of his special all-natural homemade medical ointment. I guess he's practicing to be an orthopedist.
Okay. I don't think he knows what an orthopedist or doesn't know what an orthopedist is yet.
Maybe he thought an orthopedist was a type of dinosaur.
Maybe.
We then see Gohan running around, jumping across rocks, drinking from a waterfall. He's really turned a corner here. It's almost as if he's enjoying being out here on his own in the wilderness.
Yeah, this is post-robot pep talk Gohan.
Taking care of himself.
Yeah, he's really come a long way.
I'll take this Gohan over whiny Gohan.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely a solid improvement.
He's it's like Piccolo told him it's time for him to become a man. A 4-year-old man.
4.5. 4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Gohan decides to get some food for his new dino friend. He says he knows just the place to get some berries. Is he going to bring back all of the berries? Because that's what it's going to take to feed this fucking dinosaur.
I was going to say, it's a big boy. I don't think one berry's going to do it.
As Gohan is jumping across cliffs, we hear a deep roar, and we see a large tail of another dinosaur.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we get another kaiju battle, boys.
We then see Yamcha, Bulma, Krillin, and Puar flying in... Wait, isn't this Yamcha's car? Why is Bulma driving? Or is this Bulma's car?
I think it was Bulma's
They made
car.
it seem like it was Yamcha's.
I don't think Yamcha can afford a car.
The way he
Yeah.
He ran to the car and was in a hurry to leave. And he was like, come on, you guys, hurry up. Like
Well, by this time, I think he's used to Bulma driving him around everywhere. He's kind of like one of those deadbeat boyfriends.
Well, as we learned, he doesn't have any money.
I was going to say, Yamcha's definitely at fuckboy status.
Bulma's that sugar mama.
Yep.
I need me a Bulma.
We all need me. We all do, Crime. We all do.
I also like how Yamcha uses the word Saiyan so casually in this part. Like it's a word he's always used despite only hearing it for the first time probably an hour ago. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, maybe it's been
Yeah.
a longer car drive than we thought.
Well, it was night when they were at the game, and it is like daytime now.
Yeah, maybe it's been like a 12-hour car ride.
And as I was saying, I'm pretty sure Krillin filled him in when he told him everything that happened regarding Goku's death.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he did. I just thought it's weird how, I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, he just learned, like, he just heard the word, but he threw it about so casually. Like, it was weird. I don't know.
It kind of seems like a Yamcha thing to do to me.
Yeah, he seems like one of those know-it-alls. Like, once he barely learns about something, he's an expert.
Yeah.
Yamcha and Krillin hype themselves up with the idea of getting to train with Korin. Yamcha says, and I quote, "Those sorry Saiyans are gonna have their hands full. I'll make sure of that." I fucking died.
Yeah, I forgot to mention too that throughout this episode, every time that they mention Korin in the dubs or in the subs, it's Kami.
Yeah, well, that's who they actually go train with, don't they? Or
yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they don't actually. Do they do anything with Korin?
They might stop and get some beans.
Or just they just go to Korin's and then he makes them climb the fucking power pole up to Kami's.
Something like that. But yeah,
Probably.
They train with Kami.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot more sense that they're talking about training with Kami.
That's definitely when Yamcha's talking all that shit, it's definitely like, homie, you full of shit.
Doubt.
Doubt.
Then Bulma gives Yamcha a little wink of support. Krillin is upset by this, at the fact that Bulma still likes Yamcha. Because, you see, if she didn't, Krillin would for sure have her attention.
Yeah.
That's that fuckboy. That's that Yamcha fuckboy status, man. He's got it to where he's basically got her dignitized. For now.
Till she gets that Saiyan dick.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go from fuckboy to cuckboy real quick.
That big bang.
That big bang attack.
Back in the jungle or wherever, Gohan is picking fruit and wonders if he'd be able to keep the dinosaur as a pet when he gets better. Then Gohan...
Yeah, we get a nice little Flintstones animation.
Yeah, I kind of like
Gohan riding a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes Go. Oh no, that's Jetsons. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the
Jetsons. Fucked that up.
Wrong cartoon, dude.
Wrong one. Close enough.
Then Gohan flexes and notices that his arms are getting beefy. Deep sigh.
Beefcake.
Beefcake. He's getting himself a sick pump.
Them gains.
Them gains, son.
Next we see that Gohan is in a big tree that's on top of a giant mountain. I'm not really sure what this is, but it's really tall. And Gohan decides to jump off to ensure that he has no knees by the time he's 30. He jumps off and he sticks his landing, but apparently develops some kind of spinal injury if he can't walk.
Yeah, his legs are shaking and you're like, oh, bruh.
He's going to learn what an orthopedist is real quick now.
Then he decides to try out his strength, and he mentions that his dad could make rubble out of a giant rock. So he punches the rock, but just ends up hurting his hand. Not even a crack, he says as he leaves, disappointed. Wait for it. After he walks off, the rock cracks. Oh my god.
His power, bro. Them gains.
When Gohan gets back to the cave, he sees that his new friend is in a fight with a big T-Rex looking dinosaur. Very, very cliche.
This isn't any T-Rex. It's a Sharptooth.
If only Gohan was still in his great ape form, he could complete the cliche of...
I was going to say, yeah, we get Godzilla versus King Kong.
Versus the Triceratops.
The T-Rex
knocks the long tooth to the ground and starts throwing Wanderlei Silva pride stomps.
You got a long tooth.
Yeah, it's a long neck.
Long neck and
the long neck.
and sharp tooth.
Well, see, you shouldn't have ever said that. Now you're fucking me up.
Get your Land Before Time references right, bro.
The T. God damn it!
You need some tree star. You need some tree stars in your life.
That's what Gohan was out collecting, tree stars.
Yeah.
The T-Rex then grabs the long neck by the neck in its jaws. We learn that this is the same dinosaur that chased Gohan a few days earlier, or weeks, or months, or however long it's been. Gohan says...
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Gohan says he's not going to let the T-Rex hurt his friend as his anger builds. Gohan pulls out his sword, and instead of doing anything, he just stands there. Gohan charges the dinosaur with his sword, but the dinosaur kicks Gohan and knocks him down, making him lose his sword in the process. The
This was painful to watch. That scene.
What, when he kicked Gohan?
Yeah, because it's like building up, and you're like, yes, you just want to see him stab that T-Rex so bad, and then it just doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, well just wait, it gets worse.
Just leaves you with like blue balls.
Oh, it's about. I was gonna say, oh no, you're definitely about to get some blue balls right now.
The T-Rex turns his attention to Gohan, who just narrowly escapes being eaten as he rolls out of the way and manages to grab his sword. Why didn't he just use his instant transmission like he used last time?
He hasn't quite honed that skill yet.
He jumps on the dinosaur and attempts to stab him in the back, but gets knocked off by the dinosaur's tail. Gohan goes flying through the air and lands headfirst on a rock and is knocked unconscious. Brain trauma.
You know he got CTE.
Shouldn't this have had like a reverse effect, like it did with Goku? Shouldn't Gohan be evil now?
Well, no, because Gohan
or has he been
was
hit on the
never,
head
like,
so many times that he's...
It's just he's immune to it. I was gonna say, Gohan wasn't necessarily inherently evil, like Goku was. You know what I mean?
Right, Goku was evil and he hit his head and it turned him good. And Gohan's good and he hit his head, so he should be evil now.
It's turned him evil.
Maybe he didn't hit it hard enough. Like, did you see that cliff that Goku fell off?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
It's like, oh, he only got bitch whipped by a dino tail and hit head first on a rock. He'll be all right.
Because Roshi put it, Goku did almost die.
Yeah,
that's
true.
What he says anyway.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't there. The T-Rex returns to his kill and begins to feast on the long neck. We then see...
This is sad.
I actually have long neck written in my notes, so I'm not just saying this. Oh yeah, it's sad. I guess
it's sad.
I don't know. It's about as sad as the fucking robot dying.
Yeah, it's
I was gonna say at least the robot helped him out a little.
Robot had personality. This dinosaur
hasn't done personality,
shit.
But this is this is a lot more of a brutal death. Like, just got eaten alive.
It's one of those things where Gohan. It's two things. Gohan knows he can. He knows that he could probably do something about it, and also he kind of helped. He, instead of the dinosaur helping Gohan, as it's been the pattern for the past couple episodes in the series, it's Gohan helping somebody else out. So he's kind of learning that, the whole pain of loss thing.
This was kind of different though, because his death wasn't really a result of Gohan.
True.
Like, Gohan learns that even when he tries, sometimes his friends still die.
Yeah. I mean, that thing, he would have died if Gohan was there or not.
Yeah. It didn't help that the dinosaur ate all his damn food.
Yeah.
I feel bad for this dinosaur, though, because this might be one of the only characters, if you call him a character, one of the only things in the whole series that dies and doesn't get wished back with the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, you might be right.
Poor long neck.
So yeah, like if you think about it, it's like one of the darkest moments.
There's
like
some,
everybody always gets wished back.
Some of the Namekians didn't get wished back.
Like who?
The ones that Vegeta killed.
Who did
Vegeta went and
like Guru?
No, like like Vegeta when he attacked one of the villages and killed a bunch of them, and those didn't get wished back.
I guess that's true. They don't, or yeah, I don't know. I don't get. Maybe the Namekians don't believe in wishing people back.
Well, it was because of their wish. When they wished to bring the Namekians back, it was for
the ones that were killed by Frieza,
yeah,
right?
by Frieza and his men, and Vegeta didn't count.
Well, I mean, the Namekians have their own Dragon Ball, so you can almost assume that if they wanted to wish their people back, they could whenever they wanted.
Perhaps. Okay.
We're not there yet, assholes.
Yeah, spoiler.
Yeah.
We then see Goku still running down Snake Way, and we also get a glimpse of Vegeta and Nappa sleeping as they make their journey to Earth. Gohan is awake now. I couldn't tell if it was sunset or sunrise.
I'm going to say sunrise.
I don't know. It didn't really matter. But Gohan finds his former friend, who was now nothing more than just a skeleton. How long has Gohan been out?
That's true. Yeah, he did get like all that was left was just bones.
Yeah, just clean bones too.
The vultures got to it.
Yeah.
The narrator comes in to send us off as Gohan continues his adventure. And as you pointed out, the narrator reminds us that, life isn't always fair, I guess, and nature is scary.
Damn, nature, you scary.
And that's episode 10. What'd you think?
Baseball.
Yeah, it had its moments.
It had a lot of moments.
As I say, it was a fun episode. It was a fun one.
Yeah, definitely.
I liked that Gohan finally actually picked up the sword and went to fight, even though he didn't win. Still kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I liked Gohan just basically turning the corner and finally realizing that he has to take care of himself.
True that.
I like the baseball game.
As I say, the baseball game is where it was at. It was all about the baseball game.
Seeing Gohan out, actually enjoying himself and really becoming the character that, we come to know him as. It's good.
Yeah.
I like Gohan at this age better than when he grows up.
Oh yeah, same here. I do like him at this age better than when he grows up.
This isn't my favorite version of Gohan. I like them all because I like Gohan, but I prefer Mystic Gohan.
I like this version, and the version of Cell.
Teen Gohan.
But
yeah, I like Teen Gohan.
I can do without Saiyaman.
Saiyaman. I don't mind Saiyaman.
As I say, Saiyaman was just Gohan trying to go through, a phase.
It's high school, What you can do?
Exactly. You do a lot of weird shit in high school.
Yeah, wear teddy bear underwear. Spoiler alert.
Teddy bear underwear.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you don't remember Gohan's teddy bear underwear?
I don't.
That's what got him
got
him blackmailed.
Again, you assholes are getting too far ahead.
All right, fine. We'll wrap it up. Give us a follow on Twitter at DBDpod. Let us know everything we messed up. Come by the website, the forum, the YouTube, all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Timewasted.tv/forums.
It'll be in the description.
They don't know that. They need to know.
They'll know that because it'll happen since the first episode. But this is a
You got to keep reminding
This
them.
is a different timeline. They won't understand that this doesn't exist yet. This is very confusing to the people listening right now. You're listening to something that doesn't exist.
We're in the
This
future.
is just like Bulma's time machine, causing all sorts of problems.
Yes. And, all right. As always,
Tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep podcast.